La Noche de San Juan, a celebration in Valencia where the birth of Saint John the Baptist coincides with the summer solstice, where the fire purifies, the sea rejuvenates, and the party doesn't stop until the sun rises again. Join us on our quest to celebrate our first Noche de San Juan. Listos? Vamonos! So I'm preparing for the Noche de San Juan. And since every festival here in Valencia seems to involve fire, the first thing I gotta do is go get some firewood. Now I got my trusty little red trolley with me. I'm gonna see just how much wood I can fit in it so we can last all night. Found exactly what I'm looking for. One, two. My little cart is full. As much wood as it can carry. Hopefully this will do. So what exactly is La Noche de San Juan? Well, it's much more than just going to the beach, building a bonfire, and partying all night. Although who's kidding who? That does sound pretty fun. But it is actually a combination of two things. One, it's a celebration of the summer solstice. And the second part is the celebration of the birth of Saint John the Baptist. That's why they call it La Noche de San Juan. And so there are certain rituals that need to be performed in this Noche de San Juan. And so one of them is grabbing a piece of paper and a pen and writing down any negative things that might have happened to you throughout the year. Or if there are any negative aspects of yourself that you wish to get rid of. You jot these down on a piece of paper and then you toss them in the fire. You're kind of purifying yourself. And here's my second one. And so those are the negative aspects of my own life that I want to get rid of. I think having this YouTube channel is definitely helping me, but there are still things that I need to work on, just like the rest of us. Another ritual is jumping the bonfire at midnight 7 times and then making a wish. And the third ritual, also at midnight, you go into the water and jump 7 waves. And after the 7th wave, you can make a wish. And so that's what we'll be doing today. In order to make sure that we could last all night, I had to stock up on the necessary items. Essential items included glow sticks for the kids, drinks and candy to help keep them awake, tuna, olives, bread and chips for our bocadillos, and some adult beverages. So it's time to load up the ice chest before we leave. A couple of agua con gas, little electrolyte drinks. Kids love these. Okay, so this is a pretty good shot of everything I have to take with me. Lucky for me, one of the best investments I made was getting this Vibor beach wagon. The best thing about this thing is it's got these big inflatable wheels that are perfect for pulling through the sand. And so now I just gotta load all that stuff right there. Organizing the beach trolley was not the easiest task in the world. But after a couple of attempts to arrange things properly, I got it just right. And of course, you can't have a fire without fire. All right, so I think we should be able to make it out there without too many problems. And now that it's all packed up, I think we're ready to go. Vamonos. We live a short 10-minute walk from the beach. And with my wife, kids, and trolley in tow, we were there in no time at all. One important thing we had to figure out was where to set up camp. I stopped and asked some of the city employees which spot would be the best. They pointed us in the direction where it was safe to burn, so we made our way onto the sand. It was still early, so we found a nice open spot and started setting up our things. My buddy Trevor and his family joined us for the festivities. we decided it would be a good idea to get some of that free wood that the city was giving away.
So this is where they're giving away the free wood. You just gotta get in line way over there. Now we brought wood, but it doesn't hurt to have more. So let's go.
The line was long and the day was steaming. Lucky for us, these two guys in line were playing good music, which made the hour go by rather quickly, and by the time we knew it, we were almost at the front of the line. Our friend Rob showed up just in time to help carry more wood. The wood the city provides is perfect for fires. All dried up fence posts, tree trunks, and branches of varying sizes. You're only allowed to take as much wood as you can carry yourself. We picked the best pieces and took them back to our camp to set up our bonfire. It was 7:30 at this point, and there was still a lot of space out on the beach. The water on this particular day was calm and warm. It was time to start digging a fire hole. One thing we noticed was that most camps were setting up a perimeter around their area in order to limit other groups from getting too close.
So we decided to copy everybody else and setting up a little perimeter.
Our bonfire setup was rudimentary at first, but then it started to take shape. It was now 9 o'clock and the beach was getting visibly busier.
Our first San Juan. We got our fire ready to go back there. Our friends are here. We're just gonna take a quick walk around, see what everybody else is doing around here.
Go to the DK station.
That's where we're going.
There were all sorts of great setups along the beach. These guys set up a full DJ booth.
Oh yeah.
Un aplauso para los chicos del fuego. Un aplauso, un aplauso.
What are these guys doing?
Some were digging massive
I don't
bonfire holes.
¿Están haciendo una piscina? Sí. Pública. Vale. Wow.
And even though you're not supposed to barbecue on the beach, most people were. This is what the beach side without fires looked like. This is what the fireside looked like. The time had come to light our bonfire. There are few things in life that I enjoy more than setting up, starting, and maintaining a fire. So I was like a kid in a candy store once we got our fire lit. We were all like moths to the flame.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, man.
If smoke truly bothers you, you might want to stay on the non-burning side of the beach, but to be honest, I think it's going to be a massive challenge to avoid the smoke entirely. Our children weren't bothered by the smoke one bit and had a great time trying to roast some snacks. As the night got darker, we decided to make our bonfire worthy of our first Noche de San Juan. The buzz of the conversations and music, coupled with the warmth and light of the fire, drew everyone together in this most perfect of nights. The time to start performing the rituals was getting closer. First, I burned my negativities away in the flames. Then, as midnight drew closer, we started to collapse our bonfire a little bit so we could all make the purifying jumps. Midnight struck, and as the crowds made their way to the water, our group started jumping the flames. Parents and kids alike, we all completed the 7 necessary jumps with joy, laughter, and love in our hearts. Finally, we made our way to the sea to complete the last of the rituals. With our hands clasped together, we all jumped the waves in order to rejuvenate ourselves in the dark and salty Mediterranean. As I held my youngest daughter in my arms, and we made our wishes together, I honestly walked out of the sea feeling like my wish had already been granted. The kids attempted some extra jumps just in case they could get more wishes. We built our fire back up so we could warm ourselves after our rinse in the sea. People would come by and warm themselves or ask to burn their own omens in our fire.
De nada.
I cannot overstate how fun this celebration was. Late night fires on the beach, surrounded by those I love and care for, is a memory that I hope lasts the rest of my life. While the parties continued to rage, it was 1 in the morning and we decided it was time to make our way home. The necessary rinsing off of the sand was in order. Our Noche de San Juan was coming to an end. The following morning was a little rough.
So La Noche de San Juan was probably the best night I've had since we've moved to Valencia. It was an absolutely amazing time out here with our friends, and not just for us, for most of the people that surrounded us. All the parties that were next to us, all the little encampments that surrounded us was just full of friends and family, big parties, having their bonfires, jumping over the fires, jumping in the water, eating, drinking, making merry, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. It was beyond my expectations. It was the most fun we've had on the beach in Valencia. And we've had many fun times out on the beach out here in Valencia. But this one was special. The rituals, the jumping over the bonfire, the rejuvenation process with the water. It was just an amazing time. I didn't even realize it until this morning. But La Noche de San Juan, the transition from the 23rd to the 24th, actually marked our 2-year anniversary here in Spain. We moved over here June 24th of 2024. And it's been 2 years. But man, what a way to celebrate our 2-year anniversary here in Spain. We love it here. We love Spain. We love Valencia. If any of you guys out there have your own experience with the Noche de San Juan, and maybe not even here in Valencia, because I know it's celebrated all over Spain, let me know down in the comment section what your experience is like. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hype this video. It'll help our channel. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Muchas gracias por ver los videos. Thank you guys for the comment in the comment section. And I'll see you guys next week. Hasta luego.